It was a tremendous period of growth.
Damian Klinko with the Tucson Historic Preservation Foundation is describing Tucson in the 1940s and 50s after World War II ended.
People were looking for opportunity in the American West, and Tucson was one of the places that people found, and the city just exploded in size and in character. Architects and designers and artists all came to Tucson and had this incredible impact on the built environment.
That led to hundreds of mid-century modern homes being built across the city in a dozen different neighborhoods as the city of Tucson grew to the east.
These sort of modern bungalows that were focused on indoor-outdoor living and glass and the Tucson mountains.
There's no better example of Tucson mid-century modern home than the Bondante House, located just south of Tucson Medical Center off of Rosemont.
This house really reflects a lot of that optimism of the post-World War II period. It was built in 1956, and it has these incredible glass window walls that look out to the mountains and to the yard and create this blending of the indoor and the outdoor.
The Bondante House was designed by well-known Tucson artist Charles Clement for his sister Mary, her husband Aldo Bondante, and their children. Family photos show the construction. When it was finished in 1956, East Citrus Street was still just a dirt road.
We found something very close that sort of captures, it's not exactly what was here, but it's very, very, very similar.
Today, the Bondante House has been restored to its original look thanks to a partnership between the Tucson Historic Preservation Foundation and the Bondante family. Together, they're not only saving a wonderful example of Tucson modernism, but also displaying many examples of Charles Clement's artwork.
There are murals, there's mosaics embedded into parts of the house, painted tile murals. There's a lot of sculpture in the yard. It also has some of his wallpaper design that he had developed in the 1950s for C.W. Stockwell, and we had that re-silk screened and produced for this project. So this house really is how it looked in 1956.
You can still see plenty of examples of Charles Clement's artwork and modernist sculptures across Tucson. Back in July, we highlighted the search for a missing Noah's Ark sculpture created by Clement in 1966. It was installed at the Catalina Foothills School Administration Building. They later donated it to Reed Park Zoo. It went missing from storage several years ago and hasn't been seen since. Thanks to the work of the Tucson Historic Preservation Foundation, much of Clement's other work is still around. So are many other classic examples of mid-century architecture done by different artists and architects.
We have iconic buildings like the Valley National Bank, now Chase on Broadway, and the buildings along the Sunshine Mile, or places as modest and that are so dynamic as the Wilmot Library. Across the city are some incredible mid-century modern resources, as well as amazing homes and neighborhoods.
Amazing homes like the Bondante House featured in this month's Modernism Week. Klinko and the Preservation Foundation are exploring plans for using it as a short-term rental to help generate revenue to maintain the property. They're already doing that with the amazing Ball Paler House near the Arizona Inn, another example of Tucson's mid-century modern architecture that's still resonating with many of us 75 years later.
We look at this period with, I think, fondness because of this beautiful design work that made it so dynamic and so I think rich, and how we look back on it is really powerful.
Making the Bondante House and Tucson's mid-century architecture absolutely Arizona.